Hey there, this is Shannara with the DeltaElites Channel from Star Trek Online. Thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to take you on a brief walkthrough of the basic ground gear required to get through an elite mission. Now keep in mind, there are a lot of opinions and a lot of different gear available out there, so I'm basically giving you the basic gear that's required to get you through all of them. Because there are multiple different types of enemies you will encounter, from Undine to basically the ones you need to worry about the most are the Borg, and I only say that because they are the only enemies you need to worry about that actually adapt to your weapons. So to start off with, when you get to your reputation system, now of course I've been going through all my reputations, but first gear, finish off your Task Force Omega reputation. The reason being, all the sets that you get in there will have, in the 3-piece Set 3, your integral frequency remodulation. Now, there are 3 different sets. You have your Omega Force set. You have your Klingon Honor Guard. Now, yes, I'm showing you from the Klingon side, so forgive me. And you have your adapted Klingon Honor Guard, which is basically your Mako set. So, your Omega Force armor, I would basically say don't even bother with it. So, there you go. Great review on that one. Here's the 2 that people like to choose between. Now, a lot of people really do like to go with the adapted set, which is the same as the Mako set, and it's basically because of the emergency shield capacitor that you get on the 2-piece set, which targets yourself, and yeah, when your shield's going down, it definitely gives you a nice huge shield boost, reduces your damage and stuff like that. And of course, set 3 gives you your tactical readiness network, which is a full team effect, 10 damage resistance rating, 50 slow resistance, 50 confused resistance rating. So I would say that against things such as bugs in Bug Hunt Elite, would be pretty nice. But my personal belief is, when it comes to the Klingon Honor Guard set, I prefer that because of the adrenal booster. When you have the adrenal booster, if you take a look at that, but again, I prefer melee, but gives you plus 624 hit points over 5 seconds, and it gives you an additional 40% physical melee damage, which is phenomenal when you're basically somebody who uses a sword like I do, as I'll show you later on in the video. But yeah, these 3 sets all give you the frequency remodulation, which takes it down to half of a second. Now, if you have other gear and you're going into a board mission, you can actually purchase that by going into your replicator. First item on there, frequency remodulator. But as you see, this requires 4 seconds to apply new frequencies, whereas when it comes to your sets, it takes only half of a second. So, yeah, it's definitely worth having a remodulating set to take you through. Now, one of the things about Nukara is you need to have an EV suit. So a nice inexpensive way is the Dyson Sphere, one of the, I forget which episode it was, but there's a mission in there where you have a choice, 3 different choices of options when talking to Eric Cooper, and which option you choose will basically determine which type of environmental suit you get. The 3 types that they can get you, and like I said, they're free. They're all the same when it comes to stats, with the exception of the Marksman gives you plus 5% energy damage. So if you are somebody who uses energy weapons, this is a great environmental suit to use. Then there's the Enforcer, which gives you 10% physical damage, which if you're a melee tune, this is fantastic. Although Nukara, there's so many plasma pools, it's really, you don't get much chance to get up close and do melee. So that gives my personal favorite, the Striker suit, which gives you 20% crit chance. I'm sorry, 2.5% crit chance and 20% crit severity. So those are very helpful. Now, when it comes to defending Ryho Station, a rebreather is nice to take with you. And again, I forget the mission where you pick it up. Do a Google search and you can find it. But a rebreather is handy for the toxic bombs that go off around you. Keep yourself at all times a stack of Hypos on you. Large Hypos are handy. Keep them with you for whatever mission you might be going on. An alternative to that you can pick up through the missions, Cordrazine Hypos. They work far better. It's plus 425.5 hit points and increases your max health by 25 for 15 seconds. Where's your hypo is nice, but it removes hold and stuns for 3 seconds. So yeah, Cordrazines are very nice, but if you don't have them, keep a stack of 20 of those on you at least. Another thing against the board, Immunosupport Nanite Injectors. Must have these on you. If you get assimilated by the Borg, chances are you'll die. So yeah, keep those on you. Another thing from the winter event that's really handy, especially in like Cure Ground, the mission, Frosted Boots. Very nice when it comes to your run speed. It honestly takes about 5 minutes off of the Cure Ground mission, things like that. So Frosted Boots are handy for long runs, things like that. Some repeat missions that are out there, hopefully they'll bring them up again. You can get things like Ophidian Cane. Now some of my missions, you'll see that through shields, Ophidian Cane is very effective for activating Borg or enemies on the other side of a shield, so you can get them to spawn basically and have them attacked through a shield. Your Shard of Possibilities, it creates 2 quantum shadows of yourself. Very handy items to have around. And one thing that is an absolute must, now I don't have them in my inventory because you can actually keep them in the bank and they'll work as if they are in your inventory. So as you access your bank here, Regens. Minor regenerators, major regenerators. Both can be purchased at any vendor. Keep a stack of 20 at least on you. Critical regens, you pick those up as drops through your missions. Save them all up. Keep a nice stack of those on you. And again, you can keep them in your bank. You don't have to have them in your inventory. But when you go to heal yourself, they will, if you have any injuries, they will still be available. So, yeah, nice little tip to keep them in the bank. Now again, that's your basic Omega Reputation set that you can get to give you the integral frequency modulation. Now, real briefly, I'm going to show you, if you want to avoid all of that, worrying about the remods and the 3-piece sets, because with the 3-piece, you have to keep, obviously, that weapon on you. Personally, on my ground character that I use on a regular basis, I decided to go with research and development and R&D and upgraded weapons. And one of the cool things is if you craft your weapons, if you build like a TR-116, notice it's bound to account, so you can use it amongst all of your tunes. At any time, you just throw it into the bank and share it between any one of your characters, because like I said, it is an account bound item. So, and I even keep myself a spare set in case I forget to throw them in the bank. But yeah, with the 2 of these, now take a look, with a Tsunkatse Falchion, crit D ×4, I built it up to epic. Took a little bit of cost in doing so, but again, being as it's swappable to all of your tunes, it's so much cheaper to really build up epic weapons and share them out through all your tunes. As you see, I'm doing the same thing for my science ship builds, but look at all the consoles you need. I mean, between consoles and weapons. So yeah, with your ground, bound to account kinetic damage only, which means Borg cannot adapt. Same thing with your Falchion. With your sword attack, it's physical damage. So again, your Borg cannot attack. So with that gives you opens up your ability to not have to stick with the basic gear, and you can get into things like your elite fleets, which are my favorites. And if you do a comparative, look at that, elite fleet armor, 231, 231. Let's do, here we go. Here's your Dyson set, which is 92, 92. Now 126 physical, energy damage, great, yeah, but compared to this, not even close. None of them really, in my opinion. The thing I like about the personal shield, the adaptive shield, now of course I've upgraded these both to Mark 14. It has the shield regeneration every second, 3.6. When your shields are hit, adaptive shielding has a chance to activate. That adaptive shielding is amazing. So yeah, beautiful set to put on yourself. Is just set yourself up here with your elite shields. It's your epic weapons, and again, with the exception of the shields, you can swap your weapons around. Same basic setup, Ophidian Cane, your drone, your Shard of Possibilities, large hypos, frosted boots. And pretty much that's it. You keep that kind of stuff on you and you should be able to successfully get yourself through most missions in the game. Plenty of heals. Keep them ready. Keep them in your tool tray. It's one of the things, if you move this stuff around, like immuno-nano supports, they sometimes aren't there. Keep them in your tray. One of the great reputation items to have, medical nanite cloud. Don't leave home without it. It's fantastic. Not only can it revive yourself, if one of your teammates are down next to you, it'll resuscitate them without having to take the time to squat down and do it. So, again, that's your basic walkthrough of your basic requirements for an elite mission, ground gear. Like I said, there are so many combinations out there. Feel free to join the DeltaElites channel and discuss them with us. We love those kind of conversations. Thank you for tuning in. Hope to see you online.